What's up guys, Chris here and welcome to another episode of Mind Flayer Games, and today we are delving into a question that has been asked quite a bit, and that is, what is Venkfee? So without further ado, I'm actually going to show you Venkfee. This is it. This is Venkfee. Venkfee TCG is a place. So this is the map, this is the world of Venkfee, and all the minions and stuff that is going to be in the card game. In the TCG are all a part of Venkfee one way or another. Now, as you can see, there is a lot going on the screen right now. There's lots of weird stuff and day shield, health map. Okay, so let me just clarify. Before I started the trading card game, I was working on an RPG. Now, this was a RPG that was going to be over YouTube, a bit like Dungeons and Dragons, but more of a community comment driven story. And this is why we have all these tokens, and we have Bob the Dread down here. But yeah, so I'm repurposing the map. There's a lot of lore that goes has gone into Venkfee anyway. I'm going to do a future video on lore alone, but today I'm actually just going into what Venkfee is, and we're going to break down this map and show you, and I'm going to show you, well, tell you the places and things, creatures, etc. that can be found within it. So yeah, ignore all these dice, player inventory, all this sort of stuff. This was like the basic HUD for the RPG that I was going to do. So Venkfee is composed of a number of countries within the continent, and we're just going to isolate these. So this mountain range here, this is separate, and this island is separate too. We also have down here, let's separate this. So there we go. So here are the 5 main areas of Venkfee, and there will be creatures and heroes, villains, that sort of thing from each territory within the game. So we'll start off at the top here. This is Afrin, and this is a desert and a dried up sea. So let's just zoom in here. These mountain ranges are all to do with the dwarves. And then we have salt flats. Well, deserts, there used to be salt flats in the original, but we've changed it to deserts, and you'll see why in a future card. And there are a lot of relics and ruins around here. The Green Sea is dried up, so there's nothing there. It's just like a huge chasm. And then like the capital is the Minu's Mine, and that is home to the Minotaurs. And I'm unsure if Minotaurs will actually make an appearance in set 1, but we'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, so there's a cluster of caves, mountain ranges, everything within Afrin and the dwarves. We've got Shale Prison. This is where the dwarves, you send all your bad people to Shale, and the dwarves get free labour for mining gold and gems and all that sort of thing. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'll probably do a breakdown of each realm properly in a future video. Above Afrin we have the Equus Isles. This is home to the centaurs. Now, spoiler alert, we have one centaur art already done. And I will show that in the future as well. So this is just a small group of 2 islands, and yeah, we have a little centaur population. Over here we have Kaltana, and Kaltana it used to be one big island, but the volcano erupted and now it is split into multiple islands. It is home to a race of wildcats. So these are in, well, the original work called Predorian Wildcats. They ascended in the book, but for the purpose of the RPG and the trading card game, they are sentient cats, cat humanoids, and they live on this island, or cluster of islands. Now, this area here is called the Broken Sea. So this area here, and it is very, very impassable. Think of the floating islands in Avatar, but with lots of water, you know, very weird gravitational disruptions within the ocean, which has isolated Kaltana from more or less the rest of the world. the rest of Venkfee. We will then move down to the main green belt. So everything that's green here, this is Glamorgan. Glamorgan is actually Welsh, and but this is where all the humanoids, the elves, possibly other sentient creatures. This is where they live and go about their daily business. Chariot is the capital, with Big Town, sorry, being the second largest city, and then we also have another large city called Kemi down here. And we have a few shipping ports, farming communities, and up in this area here we have Gleeglum. Now this, in the original story that I wrote, Gleeglum is like a thieves guild, and there is a very obese, very nasty man that lives up there. So he may make an appearance in set 1, as yet unsure. Krugma is a magic town. Magic is kind of outlawed within Glamorgan. However, Krugma is a city where you can safely and legally practice magic, and there is an underground magic school in Quenst as well. And then we have a load of little farms scattered around the world as well. Castle Raventop, that'll make an appearance. Hopefully down the line I will be making the RPG as a Dungeons and Dragons type thing. Hopefully we'll get a few people on board and we'll do a show every month, what I'm really hoping for. We have Port Jenkins, which is a large shipping port, and then as we go down south, a few little harbours, but then as soon as we start getting into this corrupted land here, everything starts to die and wilt. Now Chipstoke and Grey Harbour have been abandoned for many years just because of they are in so close proximity to all this corruption. And speaking of corruption, this is Rordo. This is the evil. This is where the evil resides, and this is where corruption is spreading. So all these mountain ranges that border Rordo are all magically generated. They were risen from an abyss, from a demon realm, and that's what's causing this corruption. So in order to isolate Rordo from the world, these walls, these mountains were erected in order to protect it and to help grow the evil that is consuming within the land. So stuff like the Bahalis Swamp, it's kind of like an ocean almost, but it's just a swamp of vile creatures, toad goblins, goblins themselves. You have shadow dogs phasing in and out of realms within this area. So there's a lot going on within Rordo, and the Black Castle is where it all kicks off. And then you've got a few little fishing villages which are, you know, supplying food and what have you to Rordo. But yeah, there's a very evil magic school within the Felton Academy, and then here at the Gatehouse, this is where it all kicks off, because there is a constant war between the good guys at the pass and the bad guys at the Gatehouse. This is kind of like a no man's land, so there's a lot of war going on here, and I've got some interesting stuff written for this area if we do the RPG. And then down here, this is the last little bit I'm going to tease in this video. We have the Tree of Life. Now this all revolves around the story, and Rordo, they are trying to get to the Tree of Life and the Earth Maiden that lives within. If that happens, it's the end of the world as we know it, and Venkfee will be no more. So in order to save the world, we have to protect the Tree of Life. But yeah, this is Venkfee as a whole. This is a very short video, and I know I've just like completely clustered this map, but I will go into everything in a lot more detail in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. I don't mind, I can take it. And if you have any questions, just comment down below, and I will catch you in the next one for more Venkfee, TCG, some cards, some lore, and some bonus stuff in between. So until then, I've been Chris. Toodle pip.